you really want to be having account plan. So I only would have account plan for tier 1 accounts for you guys. And you would just talk a bit about what you're actually going to do that account. All right. So you present that to your company. You got 5 or 6 tier 1 accounts. You should have a page like this in PowerPoint for each one account. But Taza, when you talk to your client, this is what you want to do. Have a summary for each client that you have. When you talk about what the strengths are, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, where you can get some more work. Okay. Where the potential projects are, and talk about those things, opportunities. So it just solidifies it all in one place on a PowerPoint pack. When you're doing your town halls or your company updates once a month, you pull up your tier 1 accounts. Quickly go through them. Don't do tier 2s or 3s or 4s. Maybe if there's a tier 2 that might be big enough to tier 1, and you talk about your tier 1 account, and you go through, this is what we're doing. This is what the company does. Learn a bit about it. So when someone phones up and says, hey, they're from XYZ, everyone in the business knows it's a tier 1 account and what that company actually does and what you generally do for them. Okay. It's just educating your staff so that you can give a better customer service to them, but also you understand all the potential opportunities and threats at that account. Okay. It does take a bit of time to get going, but once you've done this once or twice, it's quite quick. Right. And so on your situation, for example, Carl, we spoke about this, I think last week or something, the opportunity, you should have potential projects, you should say in here, I would say in your situation is, then we need a roadmap.
Yep.
Every client at a tier 1 needs to have a roadmap. We're going to build a roadmap, a structure for you. And every client is going to get a roadmap. That's what's going to happen.
Yep.
And you might just do that for free, half a day or so. But once you do these roadmaps really quick and fast, you can actually start to charge other people the roadmap as well. Okay. But every client needs a roadmap. So the next 2 to 3 years, what are you doing with your IT infrastructure? Okay. Where are you going? And you ask the business owner, are you going to expand? What are you going to do? Are you happy as a business? Are you, what are your plans? I'm not saying he's going to show them to you, but he'll give you an idea of what's going to happen. So you need a roadmap, a vision. Okay. And then basically you can actually potentially even go through this with a client. All right. Pull this up to the client and say, hey, you're a tier 1. This is what we're doing. Right. We're treating you as a proper client of ours, and whatever you want to say. This is how much you spend so far, backlog, pipeline, total. This is the strategy. You've done a roadmap with us, whatever. You've done this, and just talk to them about, have an open conversation every quarter or 6 months. Depends on when you want to bring this up. Okay. You can bring your projects up in the next slide. These are the things we've delivered. Bang, 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 bang. Just reinforce the whole time for your tier 1s what you've actually delivered. Because if you don't do that, people forget. If I had to ask you, Craig and Carl, what did we do the last 2 months together for me coaching? You probably wouldn't be able to put 5 things together. Okay. Because that's services. It's hard. But if I had to write everything down and I had to show it to you, you go, wow, that's a lot. We have achieved a lot. Okay. That's what you've got to do to your customers. Because every time they hear your phone or there's a problem, they speak to you, they go, shit, we're paying those guys how much? Oh, shit. Or they see the invoice, or they look at, financial year, and they just look at all the suppliers. Wow, look how much we spent, 150 grand with these guys. What did we actually get out of that shit? Not much, I bet you. That's what they're thinking. So you've got to go back and show them what you've delivered. Do that on a quarterly or a 6 monthly basis. Craig, you get that? It's important for your tier 1s.
Yep.
You have an open conversation, a real conversation with these guys. You invested this amount of money in IT this year. This is what you've done with us. Are you happy? Great. If you're not, let's get this sorted out. Let's have that open discussion. Don't be scared. Don't put your head in the sand and say, fuck sakes, I hope these guys don't phone us because, we might lose them. You're going to lose them if you do that.
Yep.
Right?